a lovely morning right here in Makati, the Benue State capital. Hello and welcome to Benue Television News at 9. I am Susan Achin. In the headlines, Governor Ali vows to return to church as a priest. President Tinubu re-elected as ECOWAS chairman. The international sin record-breaking heat wave threatens 130 million people in U.S. The governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has approved the appointment of Jennifer Nashima as the acting general manager of the Benue State Environmental Sanitation Authority, BENSESA. A seasoned waste management consultant and expert, the new appointee holds a BSc in computer science from Benue State University and professional certifications in solid waste and environment management. She is a member of the Nigeria Environmental Society and the Waste Management Society of Nigeria. In a statement signed by his Chief Press Secretary Teso Kula, the new BENSESA General Manager Nashima's expertise is expected to drive further advancements in Benue State's environmental sanitation efforts under the current administration. While congratulating her on her new role, the governor charges her to always put the interests of the state first in her new assignment. Kula conveys Governor Ali's belief that as one who is creative, innovative, and productive, the acting general manager will fit into her new role to resuscitate, reposition, and effectively manage BENSESA for effective waste management delivery. The appointment takes immediate effect. Well, the Benue State Governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has vowed to return to the church as a priest after his sojourn in politics. Governor Alia made this known Sunday in Konya, Konchisha local government area, on the occasion of his 34th priestly anniversary. The governor described priesthood as a difficult vocation that has given him and his classmates different experiences, expressing gratitude to God for strengthening them in their weaknesses for the past 34 years of spreading the gospel. He again encourages the people to form farm cooperatives to access agricultural incentives from his government to improve their livelihoods. The governor and other friends of the church supported the building of a befitting place of worship. While in another development, the governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has charged leaders of associations in the state to unite their members for development of the state. The governor's charge was contained in his address Saturday to the newly inaugurated officials of Kunav United Development Association, KUDA, at Vandikia Township Stadium. Correspondent Emmanuel Akula reports that Governor Alia used the occasion to again call on Benue people to give attention to agriculture as his administration is working towards attracting food processing industries to the state. The membership of this association includes the governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia. The governor said he was delighted for the coming on board of the new leadership of KUDA nationwide, hoping that the EXCO will play their part in helping him to secure and develop the state. He tasked the new EXCO on the unity of Kunav Nation, charging them to ensure the revival of Vandikia Township Stadium and building of a secretariat for the association as their first assignment as EXCO. The President General of Kunav United Development Association, Mr. Emmanuel Yaji, assured the governor and the Kunav people to uphold mandate of the 48 years Association for the interest of Kunav Nation. This, the President General assured that it will be achieved while supporting and defending the administration of their son to succeed. Meanwhile, head of the traditional institution in the area, Ante Kunav, His Royal Highness Chief Nyongo Achiaku, gave members of the new EXCO royal blessings, while Justice Baki administers oath of office on the new leaders. Meanwhile, in a deliberate move to boost the economy of Benue State, Governor Hyacinth Alia has commissioned an ultra-modern market in Vandikia local government area of the state. The governor performed the ceremony Saturday in Vandikia in company of the caretaker chairman of the local government, top government officials, and all the leaders. According to him, the move was necessary as his government is willing to support small and medium-scale businesses in the state towards improving the state's economy and livelihoods of the people. Since assumption of office over a year ago, Governor Hyacinth Alia's administration has continued to take deliberate steps in affecting lives positively. The governor again emphasized the need for the people to embrace small-scale businesses and drive farming to improve their lives. As part of his administration's drive for a better economy, he commissioned Our Lady of Perpetual Help ultra-modern market, Vandikia. This market the governor saw as a catalyst to boost the economic status of the people. He promised provision of facilities at the market, expressing hope that opening of the market will boost economic activities not only in the area, but the entire state. The governor further warned saboteurs to stay away from the market, directing that those who have encroached on the land belonging to the market to immediately vacate the portions. Meanwhile, caretaker chairman of Vandikia local government area, Dennis Guda, who informed that the market will be holding daily, solicited the governor's intervention to give the market a facelift. Well, leaders of Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba communities, as well as commercial institutions, also requested the governor to develop the market as his main legacy in Vandikia. The speakers concluded that the market is big enough and has the potential of increasing the revenue base of the state and help in decongesting other markets in the state. Well, Vicar General of Boko Diocese, Father Linus Huabo Tekunav, His Royal Highness Nyongo Achiako, and leadership of CAN in Vandikia local government prayed God to bless the market to benefit the people. We now shift our attention to washing of hands regularly and covering of food to keep flies and germs away that have been advocated as a panacea to mitigate the spread of cholera in the state. Julia Brahma Women and Children Initiative Juwasi Saturday held a rally at the Wurukum Market and Benue Links Park, educating the public on how to eradicate cholera in our society. Manasseh Anonguche has the rest of the report.
Cholera, an endemic disease, has in recent times affected many parts of Nigeria. Benue State at present has recorded 4 deaths from 16 suspected cases recorded from Agatu, Otukpo, and other local government areas. Recorded cases of cholera in Benue and beyond propelled the non-governmental organization, Juwasi, to sensitize the public on ways of preventing its spread. Director Juwasi Jack Uma says the choice of Wurukum Market and Benue Links is because the environment is a critical area of concern for proper sanitation. The Juwasi team shares materials on hygiene while sensitizing the people on clean environment management.
We came out to sensitize people at Benue Links Park and Wurukum Market against cholera. We've told them the symptoms of cholera. We've taught them how to prevent the disease. And we also shared some materials with them. We hope that they will spread the message and cholera will be a thing of the past.
Publicity leader Emmanuel Kuku, President Rotary Club of Makurdi Central, Joshua Kwashi, and a member, Samuel Gbo, expressed belief that their message to the public will go a long way in curbing the pandemic.
Benue State, we have a river. We have River Benue, and we all know that cholera is through contaminated food and drinks from an infected person through feces, which is poop. So, and we are close to the river, and we know open defecation is a problem in Benue State. So by sensitizing these people, we believe that at least from the market, every woman and child comes to the market at least. So if we sensitize them and them to pass the message to others, we can at least reduce the rate of cholera.
We are very specific on hygiene because that is what the problem has been like the most. So we're able to tell people, you wash your hands, your food, you cover it very well. Whenever you stew, you should wash your hands very well in order to reduce or mitigate the effect of this cholera on people and the environment as a general.
We have gone into the market, we have met people of different capacity, we have met mothers, we have met children, we have met fathers, and also young adults. So we believe that these messages will not stop at them. They are going to take the messages home. That is the reason why we went into the market. And then with the help of you, the media here, we believe that when you get this out there online, it's going to go viral and it will go very far.
Focal person, Nigerian Red Cross Benue State Daniel Odenyi observed that ignorance kills and everything should be done to help save a soul through vigorous and persistent campaigns against cholera.
And a lot of people, they practice things that are not very healthy because they don't know the right thing to do. So it's just an avenue for us to contribute our little quarter to making sure our communities and our people, they are safe, especially in respect to the fight against cholera.
Cholera is a disease that has no age limit, but is more severe in children. Health experts advocate washing of hands, covering of food, and living healthy to save a soul. Manasseh Nongachia, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
In part 2, after the break, Christian faithful have been reminded to spend more time reading and reflecting the Bible scriptures in order to attract blessings from God. We'll bring you this and much more after this break. To join us again. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Benue Television News at 9. Well, moving on, Christian faithful have been reminded to spend more time reading and reflecting the Bible or scriptures in order to attract blessings from God. A clergy pastor Dominic Ayeni emphasized this during the Sunday service at Grace Tower International Worship Center in Makurdi. And correspondent Margaret Abahi was there brings us the details of this report.
Guest speaker Pastor Dominion Ayeni during the Sunday service at Grace Tower International Worship Center says God is the creator and giver of all things. Therefore, Christians can only obtain true satisfaction from Him alone. Pastor Ayeni says, just like the seed planted by the rivers of water can never be uprooted when they grow, but bear many fruits. People who read their Bibles regularly will prosper in everything they do.
Your prosperity is not dependent on the economy of the nation. It is dependent on the blessings of God. The Bible says it is the blessings of God that make rich and add no sorrow to it.
Some worshippers promise about blessing Agada, and Edward Samuel says the message has helped them to understand the importance of true service to God, for it brings blessings and favor from the Lord.
The benefit of those who planted by the riverside, that do not lack anything, even in the midst of scarcity, in the midst of economic challenges. Those that planted by the riverside, they don't lack anything.
You are like a tree planted by the riverside that is always coming up, flourishing, and that's how our blessings will be whenever we put our genuineness in serving God.
Everyone in life wants to be fruitful, wants to gain, and wants to achieve something great.
The Bible reading is taken from the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 1 to 4. In quotes, "And he showed me a pure rivers of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it. And on either side of the river was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manners of fruits, and yield her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were of the healing of the nation." Margaret Abba, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Well, President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected as the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. He was re-elected at the 65th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Nigeria. President Tinubu, who accepted his re-election, appointed the President of Senegal to join in the mediation with Burkina Faso, Niger, and Chad. Earlier in his welcome address at the meeting, the President urged members states of the region to fulfill their financial commitment to the regional body to effectively tackle security challenges. President Tinubu, who gave the charge at the 65th ordinary session of ECOWAS, said substantial financial resources are crucial to operationalize the ECOWAS Standby Force ESF and combat terrorism, banditry, and violent extremism. Meanwhile, the federal government has assured passengers of the Warri Itakpe train service of their safety as it resumed operation on Monday. This is coming after the train accident that occurred on Thursday at the Major General David Ejo rail station. The Minister of Transportation, Senator Ahmed Al-Khali, gave the assurance on Sunday during an inspection of the Agbo Abraka rail station. The minister, represented by the ministry's acting permanent secretary, Pius Ote, said their first observation was to see that the track had been fixed. While commending the Nigeria Railway Corporation for efficient and effective service over the years, the minister disclosed that to run 2 sessions daily is on course. On the issue of kidnapping around the railway, the minister said that security agencies are working very well to address the trend. He assured all of the safety of the public and encouraged them to continue using the train, noting that efforts are ongoing to extend the railway line to Abuja. We now shift our attention to the Chairman Board of Directors of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) and the chieftain of the All Progressives Congress Party, Chief Pius Akinyelori, weaken a preferred solution to food crisis in the country. Akinyelori, who was honored alongside others by the Idanre Development Assembly (IDA) during its 2024 award ceremony, asked Nigerians to embrace subsistence farming to address the challenge of food crisis in the country. He noted during the ceremony held at Idanre, an agrarian community, that for the country to achieve food sufficiency and overcome the present hardship, youth and other Nigerians must go back to farm. The politician also urged youths to go back to farm in order to become self-reliant and fight poverty, unemployment, and boost the socio-economic development of the country. While stressing the importance of farming, Akinyelori said that refusing to go back to the farm will result in importing food, while the nation is blessed with lands that flow with milk and honey. In part 3, after the break, hundreds of Kenyans have attended a concert in the capital Nairobi, chanting slogans and dancing to commemorate dozens of people killed in recent anti-government protests. Well, this is from the international scene. We'll bring you more details after this break. Welcome back. We're still live on Benue Television News at 9. And I'm moving on to the international scene, where hundreds of Kenyans have attended a concert in the capital Nairobi chanting slogans and dancing to commemorate dozens of people killed in recent anti-government protests. At least 39 people were killed in the demonstrations that started on June 18 as protesters pushed for planned tax hikes to be scrapped and the resignation of President William Ruto. At the concert of local artists in Uhuru Park, a vast green space in the center of Nairobi, young people held placards reading "RIP Comrades" and "We promise we'll keep fighting," while the crowd chanted "Ruto must go." Others hammered crosses into the ground. Sunday's concert was held on Sabah Day, which marks the day in 1990 when similar protests began, demonstrations that eventually forced the government of the late leader Daniel Arap Moi to return the country to multi-party politics. Meanwhile, forecasters said more than 130 million people in the United States are under threat from a long-running heat wave that has already broken records with dangerously high temperatures, adding that scorching heat will be felt from the East Coast to the West Coast. A meteorologist with the National Weather Service, NWS, Jacob Asherman, said the heat and humidity could team up to spike temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in parts of the Pacific Northwest, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast. In the Pacific Northwest region, records could be broken in Oregon State in cities including Eugene, Portland, and Salem. He added that dozens of other records throughout the U.S. could fall, causing millions to seek relief from the blanket of heat in cooling centers from Bullhead City, Arizona, to Norfolk, Virginia. The NWS said on Saturday that it was extending the excessive heat warning for much of the Southwest into Friday. Well, Pope Francis has decried the state of democracy and warned against populists during a short visit to Trieste in northeast Italy. Speaking at an annual Roman Catholic Church Convention on Social Affairs on Sunday, Francis noted that many people felt excluded from democracy, with the poor and the weak left to fend for themselves. He said the crisis of democracy afflicted various nations, but did not give any specific examples. Ahead of last month's European Parliament elections, Catholic bishops in several countries also warned about the rise of populism and nationalism, with far-right parties already holding the reins to power in Italy, Hungary, and Netherlands. The Pope's speech came on the day France holds a parliamentary runoff election, with the far-right National Rally RN expected to take the biggest share of the vote a month after populist parties scored gains in European Union elections. The Pope, who himself rules as an absolute monarch in the tiny Vatican state, said it was also important to teach children the importance of democratic values, warning that indifference is a cancer of democracy. Well, that brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the top stories. The headlines: we saw that Governor Alia has vowed to return to church as a priest. We also saw that President Tinubu has been re-elected as ECOWAS chairman. And the international seen a record-breaking heat wave threatening 130 million people in US. Well, that was Benue Television News at 9. Thanks for watching. I am Susan Achin. Good morning.
So I'm teaching Moka Father Solomon Fa Kayima. Go to Papa and a ham Buddha Yavani Mongo. It's a Benue TV guy.
Yekun Leku Chifata M. Ochoga. Mwohi Doma. Anuya Nungemu Joki Doma. Louis Beche.